Hello, I hope everyone's keeping safe and happy. So my name's Ali. I've got a website, psychically.net. So if you wanted to come and see what I'm up to there, that'd be great. I'm going to be doing an astrology reading for Gemini peoples. So people on that birth sign are usually, we hear lots of things about Gemini and the twins, okay? So if you imagine that you've got polarity of personality, you can be very, very outgoing and very, vivacious kind of character. But then when you actually get to know that person, you'll realise that they're quite shy, that actually they don't have that kind of personality. It's only kind of when they're around other people, okay? And that could be a nervous thing, that they're actually a nervous person. It could be that they are a very shy person when you see them and when you meet them, and when you get to know them, they're extrovert. So there's always two sides to them. They get a bad deal, really, poor Gemini people, because sometimes it's like, well, they're going to have a nice side and a not nice side. That's not always the case, okay? Yes, it might be with some people, but don't we all have two sides to us, maybe? So I just feel as if the Gemini, you have to make friends with your other side. You have to embrace it and say, yep, that's me as well. I can be like that. And I can be like this. Because if you don't, and you have a drink or you kind of relax, let your hair down, then that other side can come out. And sometimes if people aren't aware of it, because you haven't warned them, they're going to be shocked by it. Okay, so that's a typical Gemini. So let's have a look and see what's going on in your life on Monday the 20th of April 2020 through to Sunday the 26th of April 2020. Now this doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be, you'll still get something if you come across this video in the future, say even a year's time. You will still get something from this. There'll be something that will resonate with you, okay, a message, okay? So let's have a look. So Gemini this week. Right, let's have a look. Okay, so the beginning of this week starts with a catapult forward to changes. I just saw a few stars then. That was interesting. I usually only see those around, kind of when I'm looking around. I never see it linked to the cards. But yeah, there seems to be some powerful energy coming from the cards at this moment. Yeah, looking ahead. This feels as if, when you've already done well, you're very proud of yourself, but you can stay where you are and still be successful, or you can say, do you know what, I'm going to take it to another level. I'm going to go, I'm going to, carry on. Maybe you're going to carry on with education. Maybe you're going to take a job and you're going to, learn what it's like to go up a level, okay, and get promotion. How do you go about doing that? What can you do? So imagine this, does that make sense, is happening around you. Especially at this time, it's time of change, it's time of reorganizing your ambitions and what it is that you want to do. The Nine of Cups I've got here, which is reuniting with people from, or person or people from your past. Now, obviously, we know that a lot of these things that are going on are going to be virtual, virtually meeting up with people, contacting people via social media or email or, telephone. But I do know that this is going to be very significant for you, okay, this person from the past. Now, I'm also seeing someone else from the past that's not so nice, okay? And I feel that, when one thing brings up another thing, so it's not always everything is rosy, does that make sense, around this reunion? Because I do feel as if there's battles with this as well, and how are you going to cope with that? What's going to happen with that? So you'll just have to do the best you can. make sure you put yourself in a shield, visualize yourself in the middle of a crystal ball, and then you know, the light, the darkness can see you, but you can't be you can't have anything negative come at you. Okay, it's like guarded. Okay, so let's have a look at finances for you this week. Okay, so Gemini financially, keep things secret, keep things to yourself, don't reveal too much this week, because I feel that things are going to turn out better than you thought. So if you're under any illusion about you know, whether or not to go for something, whether or not to take a chance, take a risk, it's a big thumbs up because of this card in this position here. Okay, because it is saying you will be rewarded. What you're planning is going to pay off. Okay, I do see that there is something to do with secrecy. Yeah, so yeah, they're just talking about keep it to yourself. That's what they keep saying to me. You know, some people could steal your ideas, could manipulate what it is that you're trying to do in some way, and that won't be that great for you. It will. It could stop the good from happening. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so to do with your love life, or this is to do with love, love life, emotions connected to friendships. This can be family, relatives, that sort of thing. Okay, so this is where you are going with the flow. Everything seems to be happening just the way it should, you know, and your friendships are definitely on the same vibe as you and the level. Okay. You're around good people. You're around people that truly do care for you. Okay, there is a lot of happiness around you emotionally at this time. Okay, so they're also saying that sometimes we have to look at look beyond kind of this earthly level. Does that make sense? Sometimes we're around spirit a lot. We feel the love from the spirit world. So if you are living alone and you think that that is further from the truth, that I don't have people that love and adore me, then I will say that there are people in the spirit world that beg to differ. Okay, because I do feel as if these can be spirit guides, these can be angelic energies, these can be you know, loved ones and spirit around you. Because definitely I feel as if they're going to be connecting with you more if you want to. Okay, I'm not saying that they're going to come out of the you know, and frighten you or anything. That's not what I'm saying. But you might feel a slight touches of your hair. You know, it's like you think, oh, I wonder if there's something in my hair because I'm feeling it, or down your face, like what I call kind of angel kisses, that sort of thing. Just watch out for that, because I do think that they're going to be trying to communicate and let you know that they are there and they do absolutely adore you. Okay, so we're going to do the now middle of this week. So the middle, Monday the 20th of April 2020 to Sunday the 26th of April 2020. So this will be the middle of this week. Okay, so there's going to be discussions about plans for the future, what you're going to do. And I feel as if there's going to be somebody close to you who's going to be asking everybody to meet up, either virtually or, you know, maybe safely. Does that make sense? Because I do feel that there's going to be decisions and talks about it in a serious manner. Okay, and this is all to do with planning for the future. I will say that there's a character around this situation, is their self-preservation is up and guarded, and they are kind of walking sideways around trying to say something to you and to everybody who and it might not be necessarily what people want to hear. Okay, but I can't see, it's like the words aren't coming out, but they're being tippy-toed around. Okay, so yeah, they're not saying it, but there's a feeling, does that make sense, that it may be a possibility, and it's linked to disappointment around job or finances. Yeah, so yeah, there's going to be some big announcement, does that make sense, within your world. Okay, this isn't the announcement that I said was going to happen, does that make sense, to other people, does that make sense? This is here, okay, this is in your life, okay. So you may have to be saying goodbye and hello, does that make sense? This is the way I used to work, this is the way I work now. It's going to go on to a permanent change from that to that, but I will say that you will have more time on your hands, and things will be better for you, okay. And that could be because you might want to change your job and go for something that you really want, or you'll put up with these changes here. Sometimes you become a little bit tricky to understand. People don't fully understand you, and this is sometimes because you are a complex person, because there's two people who are trying to either get attention, or two people that have got misleading it's like misleading agendas, pro or for themselves. Does that make sense? There's lots of confusion going on. I'm going to show you the cards and you can see what I'm trying to pick up for you. Okay, so you can see if I'm saying Gemini, and it's like there's these two energies, these two people, does that make sense, that aren't communicating with each other but are still trying to get attention. Power struggle is there, the power struggle of, you know, what shall we do? Does that make sense? You know, where do we go from here and what shall we do? Okay, so yeah, knowing that there's a power struggle and dealing with one is two different things. So Geminis, at the end of this week, the endings, the beginnings again. Okay, so I will say there's two things that you're going to have to cope with that is going to finish and then begin. Two things. I don't know if one is linked with, no, they're telling me that both are linked with finances. Both with finances, but I will say that one is definitely in your favour. The other one, you're going to have to make another decision after that. Does that make sense? So it's a bit like, well, yeah, I'll accept that because I have no choice, but I might change my mind later. Does that make sense? And do something a bit different. I will say that you're going to be thinking of perfection energy, wanting everything to be done right. I don't know if you're going to be offered work where you're overlooking someone else's work, and you're assessing whether or not that is perfect or up to standard. Don't know what I'm saying, but that's kind of what they're making me feel. There is a little bit of boredom and restlessness around you, and a need for something more exciting to happen. And then just when we think it's not going to get exciting, we get the Sun. Okay, so that's the Sun card in your finances, which indicates that things are going to turn out better than you thought anyway. Very similar to the World card. I know the World card feels like that, but this is the brightness, the happiness, the boost of confidence. You just need the strength to take it on board. Okay, so some exciting challenges are there for you. Are you going to do it? Are you going to say, now's the time? Maybe you tried before, maybe you thought about it before, but now it's clearer and it's better. There's definite links around your past life energy, okay, regarding you. Don't be surprised if you don't draw somebody to you who has got past life feelings. Does that make sense for you? Sorry, just sorting out a chair. Yeah, don't be surprised, because I do feel that there's definitely communication this week with somebody exciting. It's a bit like, you know, when you try and work out how you knew them, and then you think, well, it's not in this lifetime actually. So, got to be in another lifetime. So, yeah, you have the past life cards. Yeah. Other lives. And the joining. So, that's kind of nice, isn't it? Excited for you, Geminis. There you go. Hopefully I'll see you next week. Yeah, I'll be doing obviously Monday the 27th through to the following week. If you've got any questions for me, you want to ask me anything, please contact me. Remember, I'm not an astrologer. I'm a tarot reader whose guides help me give predictions for the birth signs. Okay, take care. I think I'm supposed to say press the thumbs up and subscribe and the bell. I'm not very professional at this, am I? Anyway, I'd love to see you again. Bye.